Warning. This review is part of a plot-driven series called Easy Explains. Certain segments will include canonical scenes that may confuse you or even make you cringe. Please avoid these scenes if you have never watched the show. May this place burn in hell! Alright, the bad news is that the entire house burned down along with everything that was inside. Nothing was salvaged. The good news though, it depends. Which one of you people got the insurance?
Well, Easy was supposed to get that Allstate insurance shit, but he didn't feel like it after the cringy commercials.
Well, good luck then, you fuckers.
Hey! Oh, you son of a bitch! What are we gonna do now? We're practically homeless now.
The next album from Avenged Sevenfold is called, well, Avenged Sevenfold. It's gotten the nickname The White Album by many fans because of its lack of any name, and because of the album cover. Speaking of which, God, is this cover not a favorite of mine. It's just Wiggin' the Fallen's album cover, just without any text, and just white. Unlike the other albums, with this album they decided to experiment. And it ended up producing a sound that would kind of be the outlier for what was to come much later down in A7X history. Alongside experimental sounds, they've even distanced themselves even farther away from their metalcore sound they had in the early 2000s, and instead got a more borderline radio-friendly sound with its hard rock sound instead of heavy metal. They even try out new genres that they never tried out before, like avant-garde metal, groove metal, and even country. And what are the results? Well, wait until you find out in this review. Here we go. Y'all already know the drill at this point. At this point, this gag is getting very old. Yes, I have the CD for the White Album. Although, as you can tell, it's kinda water damaged. More specifically, it is fruit punch damaged because some idiot in my class accidentally spilled it on it while I was trying to listen to it. And it was very irritating. Also, yes, I do not have my CD player right now. Instead, I have this giant, bulky-ass Victrola. Alright, enough talking. Let's begin. Like Betrayed, this is one of the earliest tracks I've ever heard from the band, so this song is very close to my heart. However, the song is actually kinda controversial. The song is a highly political song about troops in the war and dissing people who blame troops for the tragedies around the country and around the world. They also diss people with a lack of common sense, such as people who blame everything and everyone for the way their country is, despite not being one that actually votes to see some damn change. I'm not one to speak about my political and war beliefs, so I'm not gonna put in my egg in the basket. Instead, I'm just gonna say how fucking badass this song is. This song has really catchy riffs, a very catchy chorus provided by the Rev, and the bridge is fucking amazing. Although I do have some reservations for some parts. First off, the talking interludes after the choruses are pure cringeworthy, and I never said that for any A7X song. This song's interludes are cringy. He's like talking to the listener with his whole big inflection with this big old demeanor like this, like he's sick of your bullshit, and it's just, oh, it's so bad to hear. It's so god awful. Concluding, this song is great as it holds a special place in my heart, but looking at it critically, It's alright, but there are some cringe-worthy moments, and for it being an album opener, it is not good. It is not a good album opener. So, as someone who loved this song ever since they were little, I would give it a 9 or 10 out of 10, but critically, I'm gonna have to give this a 7.5 out of 10. It's alright, but a poor album opener. This is debatably one of their lightest sounding rock songs they've ever made. This song is also famous as it was included on the soundtrack for Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. This song is really fun to sing along to, especially with the chorus that is one of the first choruses from the band that had all the band members singing.
Mama, come back to me, it's almost easy. Come back again, it's almost easy. Come back to me, it's almost easy. Come back again, it's almost easy.
There's honestly not really that much to say about this song other than it's a great song and it's really fun to jam to. I am feeling an 8 out of 10. It's a great song. I'ma be honest for a moment. I used to love this song a lot when I was little, but looking at it now, it's actually kind of hard to get through without feeling bored. This song has similar vibes to We Come Out at Night, all the way back from Sounding the Seven Trumpets, and that it sounds like a vampire song. There are some good aspects to this song, like the bridge is amazing, the chorus is good, the bass is awesome. But other than that, this feels like a song that would only be amazing live. As a matter of fact, it is better than the original version. Like, the live and the LBC version is way more better than the studio version. Concluding, this is an alright song. It's not the best on the album. It's one of my least favorites. But it's not a travesty. I'm gonna give it a nice 7 out of 10. It's alright. Without a doubt, this is one of the most popular tracks the band has ever conceived. To this day, the track is still the third most popular song the band has ever made, with over 200 million streams, which I actually find kind of funny, considering when it first came out, this did less successful than Almost Easy. Now, these numbers wouldn't mean a damn thing if the song itself wasn't good. And is it good? Hell yes! This song is fucking amazing! I can actually say to date, this is one of the greatest songs I've ever heard from the band Point Blank period. The chorus is one of the funnest they've ever made, the orchestration is so beautiful and amazing, and I love the Rev's vocals towards the bridge. It is so spine-chilling. The music video for it, however, is actually kind of disappointing considering they cut off a lot of the song. And in my opinion, in order to gain the full experience, you have to listen to the full song on Spotify. You cannot listen to the music video version at all, as that'll do a disservice. You gotta listen to it in its full entirety to understand why I love this song so fucking much. There's not that much else to say other than this is, in my opinion, a golden 10. It is amazing. Easy, what kind of phone is this? Is this what phones look like in the future? This looks very weird. Also, what are these pictures in your gallery? Why does that look like me? Oh, it's nothing really. It's just a pic of one of my friends. Izu, you're from the future, right? What happened to me? I don't know. I don't know anything about you. I don't want to say anything. Like, I don't know you, okay? I don't know you. I don't know you. I'm just here. I'm just a lonely, lost little wolf from the future, okay? Okay? Okay. Something's not right. Fuck. What is this pain? What is this? Izu. What's up with you, dude? Something's going on. My body's going inside out. Izu made it to my universe. How did he do that? Why is he still alive? He's altering with my time. Something is happening. I'm going back in that time machine. Wait, just think about this for a moment. It may not be Izu. Maybe it's just someone who just inconveniently went into your time.
Well, then I'm gonna go beat his ass. I'll be right back, Chase.
Izu's alive? As I previously said in the beginning, they experimented, and this song is one of those experiments. They messed around with country. Like MIA, this song is about the military, but unlike MIA, this song's a bit more lighthearted than MIA. The song's lyrics describe of a soldier finally coming back home after years of being in the war and seeing all of his fellow men die, as well as the enemies. The lyrics as well as the instrumentation make up for a surprisingly very beautiful song. And halfway through the song, they decide to pull a whole left turn and suddenly go, The bridge and the guitar solo are so amazing, it almost makes me cry every time I listen to it. Just goes to show how great of a guitarist Sinister Gates can be. So with that being said, I'm going to give this song a 9 out of 10. It is amazingly beautiful. Fun fact, this is actually M. Shadow's least favorite song that he's ever written for Avenged Sevenfold, and he has often called it cringy. I don't understand why. This song's very underrated in my opinion. It's a really fun song. One of the most underrated A7X tracks from the 2000s. Though I will concede, one could call the song cheesy for its, for lack of a better word, jolly nature. But I personally don't mind it. It's really nice, and the lyrics are surprisingly very inspiring and motivating. The song basically describes life as one hell of a wild ride. It is absolutely crazy. It has its ups, but it has its insane downs. But no matter how ridiculous life is, you should never let anything consume you. You should stay unbound. You should not let anything hold you back. It's so crazily inspiring for an A7X song. They even have a group of kids sing at the end of the song, which is kind of a nice touch. Overall, this song is one of my favorites on the entire album. I'm legit feeling a 10 out of 10. It is one of the catchiest songs on the album and one of the most motivating ones they've ever made, period. Here it is, the fan favorite, Brompton Cocktail. Now, personally, I like this song, but it's not a favorite of mine on the album. But I do see why everyone loves it so much. I love the instrumentation of it. It's so oddly pleasing to hear. The vocals are freaking powerful, and the lyrics are heart-wrenching. The lyrics tell of a man who's in his deathbed, who realizes that his time's now up, and that he can't go forward with living, and he asks his doctor to kill him off. It adds up to a song that's kind of half and half. If you're only listening to the song for the instrumentation and the vocals, then it is one hell of a song to jam to. But if you're listening to the lyrics, the song's surprisingly very upsetting. I think I'm feeling an 8 out of 10 for the song. It's pretty damn awesome. Lost is one of the most experimental tracks on this album. It is so fun and so amazing. Though some parts of the metal community have shown their distaste for this song due to its overuse of autotune. Like Unbound, it has such a fun and jammy vibe to it that I absolutely love, and the chorus is so infectious, probably because of the autotune, but it's just so fun to sing along to. In general, this song is outstanding and should have been the album closer in my opinion. It would have been a great way to end this album with a fucking bang. I am giving this a 10 out of 10. I bet all of y'all were waiting for me to talk about this, and I bet all of y'all skipped to this part even. Y'all were waiting for me to talk about this one, weren't y'all? It's time for me to talk about my opinion on A Little Piece of Heaven, the most memorable track on the entire album, and undoubtedly the Rev's greatest creation. What could I even say about this track that not all of you don't even know? It's such a fucking masterpiece. The orchestration is amazing, it's beautiful, it's powerful. The Rev's vocals are amazing as usual. M. Shells kicks it out of the park with his vocals as well. And the lyrics, the story, it's so ridiculous and so bizarre. But yet the vocals and the instrumentation save it and make it such an enjoyable story to listen to, as weird as it sounds. Although I will admit, I probably shouldn't talk about the story since I don't want this video to be taken down for inappropriate content. All I'm gonna say is that this song is a very bizarre take on necrophilia. There's not that much else I could say about this track other than it is such a masterpiece. The very best on the album, and quite possibly some of the very best that this band has to offer. I am feeling a bronze 10. It is amazing. So, what do you do when you just gave everyone such an amazing song to listen to? You end off the album with an awkward country song. Don't get me wrong, the song's pretty good. But the fact that this is the album closer to this album, it's not good. There's not a good album opener, and there's not a good album closer. What the fuck? This track listing is poor. Dear God is a country song about missing a girl you love when you're on tour. And it's a nice song when you listen to it by itself, but when you're marathoning the album, this song is just there. It's so awkward to listen to. Not to mention the guitar solo is not something I'd write home about. It lasts way too long, and it's so long, it ends with a guitar solo still going. Like Brompton Cocktail, this song is a half and half listen. On one hand, it's aesthetically pleasing hearing the band go to a more country route with this song, but on the other half, it's very awkward and it's not the best love song ever made. It's just a generic love song on an album. I'm feeling a 7 out of 10. It's alright, but it's not a good album closer. Very poor choice. Overall, the White Album is quite a fun album to listen to. It's there to be fun. There's a lot of good jammable songs like Critical Acclaim, Almost Easy, Lost, especially A Little Piece of Heaven. There's a lot of fun tracks, but the deep cuts are kind of strange. It's a half and half experience. Either you love it or you hate it. There's no in between. So above all, this album is an album that's like, it's up to you whether you even like it or hate it in the first place. Me personally, I think it's pretty awesome, but it's not the best A7X album that the majority of the community thinks, like City of Evil. It's between City of Evil and the White Album that the community thinks as the very best A7X album, and I don't agree on either. None of these albums are their best, but it's still a pretty great album. In conclusion, I'm giving this album an 8 out of 10. It is an 8. A pretty awesome album. So with that, I can end this episode. This episode was long overdue. I've been stuck on doing some pretty important things, but I'm back. So, thank you all for watching, comment, subscribe, and until then, y'all stay tuned. Goodbye.